Hi, it's Craig, WJ6F. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Baofeng K6 radio, and we'll get to it right after this. The items that come in the box, you get a belt clip, earpiece and microphone headset, 2600 milliamp hour battery, wrist strap, antenna, charging cradle, owner's manual, and the radio. At the time of filming this video, this radio is going for $22.99. You can order either the US version, European version. You can get a one-piece, just the regular stock kit. You can get a one radio kit with the extra long antenna, or a two-piece radio with dual 15-inch antennas. Now they say this is a tri-band radio, meaning 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and 1.25 meter. However, in the one-piece kit, the antenna that it gives you is only good for 2 meters and 70 centimeter. It does have up to 999 memory channels. You have your 10 preset NOAA channels. And of course you can listen to commercial FM. And here they show a comparison with the Quansheng one that looks like it but isn't like it. Now they're saying this boasts a 6-watt power output, but we'll be checking that out a little later on. Saying the frequencies this thing can receive: 136 to 174, 220 to 260, 400 to 480 megahertz. Here's some of the accessories you can get with it. And yes, you can change how the background looks. I think the top one here looks better than the bottom. And again, the 2600 milliamp hour battery. Here's some of the features that it has. Here's your frequencies that you can receive. You can have the commercial FM, the 65 to 108 megahertz, and then on AM you can get the air bands. Then your 220, 440, and your 2 meter, and the NOAA channels. And again, you have 999 memory channels instead of the typical Baofeng radio that only has 128. And this shows you the different items that come, whether you get the standard one-piece radio set, the one with the long antenna, or the two-piece radio. The PF1 and 2 buttons on the left side of the radio, they are customizable. You can change them from torch to Vox to scan, alarm, and the commercial FM radio on off, and your power select, either high or low. Now let's take a look at this radio. Starting with the left side, on the top you have the push talk button. Then you have these two PF1 and 2 buttons, starting with the bottom one. A quick press gets you into the FM commercial stations. A long press, it does monitor. The PF1 button on the top, a quick press turns on the flashlight. One more gets you the strobe, and a third time to turn it off. Press and hold to get the alarm, and then press it again to turn it off. On the top, you have a little hole for the lanyard. Then you have your antenna, the flashlight, and the power and volume, power on off and volume knob. On the right side, pull this little flap down, and this is where you can plug in accessories like a programming cable and microphone. The bottom here, there's nothing under there. You can open it. It's just a blank. Then on the front, you have your screen, your speaker. This orange button will switch you back and forth from VFO to memory. This will switch you from band A to band B. This one you press and hold for doing searches. Simple way to do that, just press and hold. And it goes into search. And if you see on the top right where it says UHF, you can change that by pressing the pound key down here, or the hashtag, whatever they call it, One quick press that gets you into VHF. Then you have the 200 megahertz, 350, and then back to UHF. Then to get out of it, just press and hold again, and it takes you back out. Then you have your menu key to get into the menu. This exit key will get you out of the menu. These up and down arrows help you go through the menu, as well as going up and down on your memory channels and frequencies when you're in VFO. And then the usual 10 key number pad, you can use that for changing frequencies, going directly to certain menu items. On the back, you have your 2600 milliamp hour battery, and you can use the charging cradle, which I showed you earlier, and it also has USB-C connector. Now I'm going to show you how to input a simplex frequency as well as a repeater on here. First thing you want to do, make sure you're in VFO, which is where this orange button comes in. Press that. See that it says VFO along the left side. Enter the frequency you want. We want 146520 for our simplex frequency. Then go to menu. And you want to make sure a few things are turned off. Go to menu number 5. Make sure that your CTCSS on transmit is off. Go to 11. To make sure the shift direction is set to off. Make sure your offset is at zeros. And then go ahead and save it. We're going to save it in number 2. Once you lock it in, you'll see that now it says CH-002. Go ahead and exit out at this time. Switch back to memory, and you can see we are on M0021465520. Now to input a repeater in here, you're going to again want to go to the VFO, put in the frequency you want, 145220. Go to menu, and you go to item number 5. And this is where you're going to do your transmit CTCSS. Hit menu. And you can press and hold to get it to move faster. Once you have the one you want, which in this case is 103.5, lock it in. Then you want to go up to number 11. Set your direction. And we want the minus, lock it in, go up to 12. We're going to set our offset. Since this is 2 meters, we want 0.6. Lock that one in. Then go up one more to memory. Pick the memory channel you want. We want 15. And go ahead and lock it in. Switch to memory. And there you have it. Now let's give this a try and see if it works. WJ6F testing. Now there's nobody out there, but we did hear the repeater come back, so we know we programmed it properly. Now with this radio, you don't have to use programming software to put in a name tag. While you're in the memory section, click on menu, and then go to 00, and that gets you channel name. Click menu. And if you want to change from where it says lowercase up here, if you want to go to uppercase or numbers, you use the hashtag or pound button, whatever they're calling that symbol these days. You just rotate it through till you get the one you want. We want all caps, and we're going to input Clara. Now, this is kind of like the old cell phones where you have to push it X number of times to get the letter you want to show up. And there we have Clara. Once you're done, hit menu again to lock it in. Exit out, and there you are. As we saw on the website, Baofeng is saying this radio can do 6 watts. The numbers you're going to want to be looking at are right here. These larger numbers are for the SWR, and we're using a dummy load, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to start with low power. You can see by the L right here. And we're going to go through the 2 meter calling frequency, the 1 1/4 meter, and 70 centimeter. Starting with 2 meter. On low power, we're at 2.4 watts. Going to 1.25 meter, again on low power. Wow, low power, we're on 5.7. Not really a low power. On 446.000, low power, we're at 3.8 watts. Now we're going to switch this to high power on all three. Now I've got the radio set up for those same frequencies on high power. And again, it said that it's supposed to put out 6 watts. Starting with 2 meters. And we're at 6.27 or 6.23 watts. So that one nailed it. I'll go up to 1.25 meters. Almost there. We're at 5.75 watts, 5.75. Now we'll try 70 centimeter. And we only made it to 4.8. Probably not a huge difference between 4.8 and 6. However, I would like to have seen it at least in the 5s somewhere. Now we're going to check on the harmonics of this radio, make sure that it's legal to be used on the ham bands. I've got the radio set to 146.520. It's set to low power so that we don't fry the Tiny SA Ultra. Give this a second to settle down. Okay, I think we're good. As you can see, we've got 4 markers on here. The primary, number 1, 146.4, sitting at 44.6 dBm. The second harmonic is only 17 below the primary, so that's a fail. It should be 40. 3 and 4 both make the negative 40 dB that they should be. However, it doesn't matter if they do or not because 2, 3, and 4 are also above the blue line, which means they're not below the 25 microwatts that's required. What does this all mean? It means this is not legal to use on the ham bands. I do like this radio. I like the fact that it has 999 channels compared to the usual 128 channels. Can't really beat the price at $22.99. However, the 2 biggest glaring problems, 1 is the harmonics. Second, they sell it as a tri-band radio, but the antenna that it comes with is only dual band, 2 meter and 70 centimeter. There was not a second antenna for 220, nor was there a tri-band antenna in the box. Don't know if this is just an oversight on the box that I received. Hopefully it's something that the company can fix along with the getting the harmonics all taken care of. Once those 2 things are handled, especially the harmonics, you'll have a solid radio. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you'd like to help support the channel, there is a Patreon link in the description area. And while you're here, why don't you check out one of these other videos? And again, thanks for watching.